76. When the Mason learns that the key to the warrior on the block is the proper application of the dynamo of living power, he has learned the mystery of his craft. The seething, surging energies of Lucifer are in his hands. Do you see? The world's hidden religion, with its universal one-eye symbolism, who was revealed slowly and by degrees only to its dedicated members, is Satanism, or Luciferianism as they prefer to call it. Now all the oaths make sense, don't they? Now all the rituals make sense. Now all the penalties make sense. And their secret signs and symbols and handshakes all make sense. While the bulk of Freemasons make the external image of the fraternity and know nothing of who rules over them and who or what they're protecting. But which craft do you think the Freemason of the century is talking about here? Which craft? Which craft? Witchcraft. Witchcraft. You need to slowly wake up now.
I just want to make one more video. I mean, that part was laughable. He says, in which craft are they referring to? In what craft are they referring to? A logical person reading the source would say, oh, they're referring to this craft, which tells them to repress the influence of Lucifer. But this guy just focuses on his own words. And witchcraft. It's witchcraft. What? Oh my goodness, bro. That was wholly laughable. And that the person saying this information doesn't even know. I mean, he doesn't read the sources, or he doesn't understand them, and then he just focuses on wordplay. It's witchcraft. Oh my goodness. Maybe you should not seek theology from an X Factor winner. I don't know. Maybe that would be the key. Maybe you should read for yourself and not seek out what the winner of X Factor has to say. I don't know. He might be a good singer, but he's clearly at the point so devoid of understanding that he is spreading lies. Anyway, that was hilarious. I just had to share that. So here we have another section followed closely after it where this YouTube video is saying that once again they've said that, that the Masonry is giving them
the proper application
the energies of Lucifer.
He has learned
that Lucifer is their commander. Here we are here. Let's go to this book, another free book you can download and view yourself, The Lost Keys of Masonry. It's chapter 3, I think it's page 76. We'll get to it. I just want to cover some parts real quick. So I read through this. Basically says you're born, you're passing on to the greater responsibilities of manhood. Through each one of us, there courses fiery rays of human emotion, a great seething, boiling cauldron of power behind each action and expression of human energy. Saying each of us have powers, emotional powers, which can be very destructive. It is through the perversion of human emotions that there comes into the world many of its countless sorrows, which manifest in men's mental and physical bodies. Divine powers may become perverted until each expression becomes a murderer. There's a point here. It talks about God. The will of God keeps the solar bodies and everything in motion. And the great energy, which is building the temple of God, will drive the nail, saws a splink, which unbridled. All right, wait, hang on a second. Oh, okay. It says that the great mystic power which keeps things in order, which will drive the nail and saw the plank in the temple of God, becomes a merciless slave driver, unmastered and unhindered, strikes the compassionate one and sends him reeling backward into the darkness of his prison. Man does not listen to that little voice which speaks to him in ever-loving, ever-sorrowful note, saying that unchecked emotion leads to suffering. The strength of man was not made to be used destructively, but was given to him they might build a temple worthy to be dwelled, the dwelling place of the great architect of the universe. God is glorifying himself through the individualized portions of himself and is slowly teaching these individualized portions to understand and glorify the entire. It says that men frequently do not listen to the little voice, ever loving and ever sorrowful, which is to compassion, which is to say that men have a sinful nature. Where was that sinful nature first inspired? It was inspired first in Satan through deception and moving them through the desire to obtain knowledge beyond the will of God to betray what God had commanded them. It's saying that this Mason must know and apply their knowledge to the mastery of emotion, which places the energy of the universe at their disposal. So here we go. Let's get into where this quotes directly. When the Mason learns that the key to the warrior on the block is the proper application of the dynamo of living power, he has learned the mystery of his craft. The seething, surging energies of Lucifer in his hands, and before he may step onward and upward, he must prove his ability to properly apply energy. He has not been granted energies of Lucifer by anything of the Masonic people. This is saying the Masonic people need to repress what already exists in him, which are the energies of Lucifer, to murder, to treat his fellow person badly. He said he must follow in the footsteps of his forefather, Tubal Cain, who, with the mighty strength of the war god, hammered his sword into a plowshare. He must turn his sword into a plowshare. He must turn fighting into production and serving. Incessant watchfulness over thought, action, and desire is indispensable to those who wish to make progress in the unfolding of their own being, and the fellow craft's degree is the degree of transmutation. He must use the hand that slays to lift the suffering, while the lips given to cursing must be taught to pray. The heart that hates must learn the mystery of compassion as a result of a deeper and more perfect understanding of man's relation to his brother. The firm, kind hand of spirit must curb the flaming powers of emotion with the iron grip of mastery. I'm severely ticked off by this YouTube user, once again, who has not read a text at all, who has quoted this text as saying that he's got the energies of Lucifer in his hands. Oh, this is what they want. This is what they desire to have. This is what Masonic people give them. because Lucifer is their god. That is 100% false. Reviewing this text plainly shows that it is false. It's saying that men have a sinful nature, not given to them by the Masons, and they must prove their ability to listen to the still small voice inside them, which speaks with compassion, the voice of God, and overcome these urges. That these urges are the enemy of Masons. Crazy. I think that should do it. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Mastery of the temper. Emotional outbreaks of all kind. Kindness in the face of unkindness. These points show that the seeker is worthy of being taught. You can't have the emotional outbursts and be like Lucifer. So it's very clear. The YouTuber in this video is lying. It's very clear in here. It's not what the YouTuber is saying. Thanks for watching. I hope this has cleared some understanding of you. My foremost point in all of this is do not believe what people are quoting about certain books, but in anything where someone is spreading a rumor, false information about some organization, you need to go to the source rather than relying on what someone is telling you. So if someone is referencing a book and shows you a small clip and tells you what it means, you need to go seek out what the book really says, because what this person is saying and what the source says are not the same. They are saying the opposite. I hope that helps. Have a good day.